Maybe? Sound is on. All right. Sorry about that. Forgot to hit one of my buttons. Welcome to Take Two Tuesday, number 94. How is everybody doing today? We are into November. Exciting. Well, I guess it's exciting November already. Wow. I can't believe it. Can't believe it is November already. Welcome to all of you. I see we've got a few familiar names here. We're going to have some fun today. My name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life in Orange County, California, Southern California area. Here at the Stamps of Life, once a week we get together and we do this episode called Take Two Tuesday. We go back in time and look at some items here from the Stamps of Life. Great for card making. Some of the items can be used on scrapbooking pages, or maybe you just have some paper craft project that you're working on. All kinds of different things. Maybe you're a teacher and you make bulletin boards, or you just like to decorate around the house. Lots of these items we show you can be used for all kinds of different paper craft projects, especially cards. All right, so that's what we do. We go back in time. We call it Take Two Tuesday because this is a second look at some things from the past. Some of you already have these items. So for you who have them, this is a reminder that you want to use these items. Yeah, you have them and maybe you've forgotten about them because they are a few years old. But this is a little refresher. Sometimes you see the card ideas. Yeah, you might just get inspired. Hey, I want to use that again. That's the point. And then this introduces some of you to something you haven't seen because we have so many products. The ones from just a few years ago kind of get forgotten, sadly, and because we always have new things coming out and everybody is looking for the latest and the greatest, the newest stuff. So that's what happens. So this is our chance to catch up on some of those things. So that's what we do once a week. Again, this is episode 94. We're on our way to 100. Again, we are in November. So, wow, November, December, and then we will be into 2026. That's crazy, huh? So let's see who is here today with us. I want to say hi to a few of you. Gloria is here. Hi, Gloria, and Diane and Rochelle. Shelby, Janet, Sylvie's here. Dawn, welcome all of you. Let's see what's going on. I see some of you say it's cold. Some of you say it's hot. Here in Southern California, it's like low 70s. It's perfect. Perfect. You think it's supposed to be fall, and you can tell by the hours, right? The time changes, switches us all around. Who likes the time change? Tell me there in the chat. Who likes the time change to fall back? I would rather just stay how it was. I can do without the extra light in the morning, and I'd rather have extra light in the afternoon. But let me know. What do you think? Do you like the time change, or would you rather have not done the fallback? I know I don't like the spring forward one because when I lose an hour of sleep, that's the worst. But I always like to have the extra sunlight in the afternoon. So let me know in the chat there. So we have, what do we have today? We have a card die set, and then we have some word dies to look at today. We're going to do those two things. We have some fun facts. We haven't done fun facts for a little bit, so we have something to talk about on that. We're going to do a trivia game that I think is based mostly on Thanksgiving. So we'll work on that. And what else? I think that is it. Oh, then we'll do, always at the end, we do our good news segment. We'll have a little Bible devotional. We'll be in Philippians. That's in the New Testament. Like if you see Romans, it's a little bit past that. Not quite to Revelation. And that's Philippians chapter 4. We'll pick out a verse there and we'll talk about that for a couple minutes, and hopefully that will encourage us. What else? I do have some things to share with you. Let's see what's going on here. You see the little ticker there below me. This Thursday, you want to come to Stephanie's Crafting Corner. There's going to be a live release on Stephanie's Crafting Corner. It's the 6th. So on the 7th is our official release date. New items come out, but on the 6th, Stephanie will show off what is available, brand new on the website. All the items that will be released on the 6th will be flash sale items. So you might want to check that out. Save the date. If you usually watch Crafting Corner with us each Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, great. You know to be there. But if you don't usually normally watch that, make sure you check in with us. Now, during my episode here today, I'll be asking some questions, and I definitely need everybody to jump in the chat. Makes it more fun. But if you are watching later, you can always answer any of our questions down in the comment section below. It's just fun to hear from everybody. And the more everybody gets involved, the more exciting it will be. So my icebreaker question for today would be, since we're in November, would you rather, now you got to answer this in the chat. You got to answer. You got to help me out. Would you rather cook Thanksgiving dinner or clean up all of the dishes after Thanksgiving dinner? So would you rather cook the dinner or would you rather clean up the dinner? And that means everything, all the pots and pans, all that stuff. So what would you rather do? Cook it or clean it? Cook or clean Thanksgiving. Now me, usually I cook like the turkey and the potatoes and the stuffing, and then somebody will help me with the green beans, but everybody else kind of brings all the extra dishes. So personally, I think I would rather, I'll say cook, but it's borderline because cooking takes a long time. You have to watch it all day. And there is a lot of work peeling potatoes, cutting green beans, keeping an eye on the turkey. And as the day goes, like it's nice and quiet in the kitchen, but as everybody starts coming in and more comes into the kitchen, it's cluttered and built up, and you start to get claustrophobic in there. And you don't want anybody to get burnt. And then you have to make sure all the food comes out at the same time, so it's hot and good. And sometimes it works out really good and sometimes not. Whereas doing the dishes, it would be a lot of work, but it's kind of a condensed time, and you just do it and you just get it done. So I'm almost leaning towards the dishes. I don't know when I think about it. If somebody else said they wanted to cook the turkey and all the stuff that goes with it and said, Ken, well, we're just going to have you clean up this year, I'd vote for that. It wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. It would not hurt my feelings at all. Would not hurt my feelings at all. So let's see some of our answers. Sylvie says she does. She likes to fall back, but not to spring forward. Yep, that's how I am. Yeah. Let's see what else. Diane says she would cook, no doubt. And Dawn says she'll help clean up. I don't cook. And then Paula says she would clean, and yes. Diane says somehow it always seems to be both. That happens a little bit too. Yeah. Sometimes the people who are supposed to be in charge of the cleanup kind of like don't do it all, and then you have to do some of it also. Janet said I would not cook, I would clean. Sylvie says clean the kitchen after. Hello, Amanda. Rochelle says I don't have to do much as my hubby does both. Nice. Good deal for you. Good deal for you. All right. If you have not been on the Stamps of Life website in the last couple of days, let me find something different here. Get rid of this and fix up some things here. We'll get rid of that banner. And where is we have a new club set that I want to share with you. It is called All Bundled Up. I'll show you here. I forgot to get the card samples, but at least I can show you the items here. And this just came out. If you are a diehard club member or stamp club member, these were all shipped in the last few days, so they should be on their way to you. Keep an eye out on your mailbox. This is a fun collection, kind of a wintry, cozy collection, but I really think you could use it any time of the year. If you're just wanting to make a fun card, you could just for fun put these guys, they're all in sweaters and dressed up like cozy, but put them on a beach. That'd be an interesting card, but you could do it. So that came out, and if you are in if you're in the Stamp Club or Dry Club, we ship those already. But if you want to join the club, you can do that. All right, you can do it. Let me pop my name up there just for a second. Again, my name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life. Whoops, we don't want to show that right now because that is not working. Let me show you the items that I have here. This should be set up. Boop. All right, there we go. So you are going to get your die set, which it looks like it has 6. So those are little critters there. And they're fun 3 little guys. Now there is an add-on set. If you want to get the add-ons, we have more, what is it called? More All Bundled Up. Guys, there's those. So you're going to get those dies. And here's the stamp set. This makes a little bit more sense when you see them this way. So you get the stamps. Fun. It comes with some sentiments. What does it say? Warm wishes. Have a chill day. What else does it say? I'm having a hard time reading these. Whoops. Moosh you so much, like instead of miss you so much. stay positive. So that's a fun collection, all right? So those are in the mail. If you want to get them, you can sign up on the Stamps of Life website. Become a diehard club member or Stamp Club member. You'll love it. It's lots of fun. Oh, and it does come with a postcard. So remember, I should have brought some ideas. Well, here is one of the ideas on the postcard, a sample of a card, and there will be a couple more options on the back. And then on the website, you can always find more card samples. So just to give you some ideas, fun backgrounds, here it is in the snow globe, all kinds of different things you can do with that. That's the all bundled up collection, our newest club set. Okay, that is on the website too. If you just want to start off and just try, maybe you're brand new to Stamps of Life and you just want to try the stamps, they are available. You don't have to join the club if you don't want. You can get them on the website, test them out, see if you like it. And then if you want to come back and join the club at some time, you can, because you save money when you're in the club. So you get a little discount by being a club member. The dies are only available right now to diehard club members, but on the 20th, they'll be available to everybody. Okay, so on the 20th, you'll be able to get this full combination. But if you can't wait that long, your best option is join the club. What else do we have going on? I told you about Thursday. We have our crafting corner. I told you that. And then what else? What else? Die Hard, I said that. Light release. There are new items on the website, and one of them is getting really, really low. So you see, I think it's that way. You see that QR code there? If you've never been on the Stamps of Life website, all you got to do is point your phone on that QR code right there, and it'll pop up the Stamps of Life website on your phone. You just click that button, it'll take you right there. But if you just want to, if you're on your browser, just type in the stampsoflife.com. It'll take you to a website that looks like, ooh, nope, it doesn't look like that. Sorry. What did I do? Hang on. I'll get over there. Cut. There it is. That's what the Stamps of Life website looks like. Okay. And see if I will show. Oh, I'm hidden behind the QR code. So let's get rid of that. Stamps of Life website. Again, stampsoflife.com. You'll find us. We've been around since 2009, 16 years. But the new items that are on the website, you'll see more bundled up stamps and dies. We've got the stencils, the hello there die, then the club set that we were just talking about, that one right there. And then this one is the one that's getting low, the winter beanie A2 shaped folded card. That one is getting low. So don't wait too long. That one is going to sell out. We will get it back in stock, but if you want to get it right away, don't miss out on that. There are a few good samples here. That's a nice fall looking one, wintry. So that is getting low, and that was one of our new releases on the website. And then everything else I think is pretty much good in stock. If you like something to go with that, we have these Argyle dies, a sweater, all kinds of fun stuff there. Okay, stampsoflife.com. All right. Oh, before we move on to our main items, which I want to share with you, let me get rid of this. I want to show, if you're not familiar, because I know they just came back on our website, we have the personalized stamps from the Stamps of Life. Now, when you make a card, so this is a card base that we started that I didn't finish, but you have your cards, you're decorating, it all looks great. But usually you have a blank space on the back of your card. And this is a spot where you can take a little credit and you can remind your recipient, hey, I sent you this card. Okay, I sent you this card. So a personalized stamp in this option is a kind of a way to sign off on your card. On your personalized stamps, you can add your address if you want. If you just have some fun saying that you want to add to your own card, you could make that up and make your own personalized stamp. But the one I'm showing you today is to finish off the back of your card. And this one says created by, and you could put your name on it. Or if you have a return address stamp, you could do that. All these kinds of different things you can do with personalized stamps. So I want you to know about those. I'm going to show you real quick that it's easy to use. So here it is, the back of my card. Let's go ahead and stamp it over here real quick. I have not used this stamp, so I need to check it out and test it. This is not part of our big presentation today, but since I saw this sitting around them all, you might as well take a look at this. I've never really shown one of these off. So we'll zoom in a little bit because we're way too far out for this little stamp. Again, personalized stamps are a fun way to finish off your card. Finish off your card. There we go. So here's the back of my card. I think that will be in focus. Here's our personalized stamp, and it has this little butterfly image on it. It says created by, and it has a nice border. I'm going to go ahead and peel this off and add it to a little block. Let's get one that's a little bit larger. We just add it to the block there. And then we just need some ink. And what color are we going to use? Is this really black? It's black, but it's got an X on it. Let's see. Licorice. That looks like licorice. I'm going to go ahead and get my ink on there. Whoops. There we go. Ink on there, and I'll do a test run here, and it'll really stand out. Let's go ahead and get a light colored sheet. Not that one. We need just plain old white. Plain old white. There we go. Got that. Perfect. And then we're just going to go ahead and ink it up. I'm going to do a test run here. Make sure I get enough ink on there first. Tap it around. Oh, it's a little bit too close. Sorry, guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. That way. That's better. So we'll just get some ink on there. Just kind of look to make sure there's ink over all. Maybe the little center image needs a little extra. This is just my test part, so no big deal. But when you make a card and you spend a lot of time doing it, you want to make sure it turns out at the end right. And then we're just going to stamp up there, press that down, boom. Created by. And then you can put your name there. You could add some initials. Now, here on my real card, well, if it was a real card, my practice real card. Let's go ahead and ink it up. And we're going to add this right here. Also wanted to mention that the week of Thanksgiving, we are going to start our flash sale the Sunday before Thanksgiving, which is, I think, the 23rd. I'm not 100% sure about that, but we are going to start our flash sale. I know some of you are our Black Friday sale coming up. So there it is on the back of the card, created by. You put your initials there. Again, you have all kinds of options. You can say created by if your name's Susan, you could put Susan there, or if your name's Tom, you could put your own name there, right? Or grandpa or grandma or mom or dad, however you want it to be. You have lots of options with the created by stamp. So I wanted you to know that personalized stamps on the stampsoflife.com. They're back on there. I think they were taken down for a little bit because we had some problems getting our stamps made, but they're up and running again. Wanted you to know. All right, now we're going to move on to the real stuff today. Our first item today is, oops, let's set that off to the side. It's a die set called, I'm blurry over there. Let's back that out so we're not blurry. Whoa. Let's get this set up for when we come back over here. Our first die set is called Surprise Wiper. Surprise Wiper die set. Maybe you're familiar with it. It's kind of a fun one. I'm going to show you it here. 1 second. Let me get back over to my main camera. All right, there we are. So the first one up, Surprise Wiper card die set. All right, this is our first item. It is from, let's get rid of that there. Did that already. We're on to Surprise Wiper. It is from January of 2022. Almost 4 years ago. We'll be almost January 2026 coming up. So this is almost 4 years in the past. It has these fun dolphins in it. And since there's dolphins in there, we're going to do some fun facts about dolphins today. All right. Fun facts about dolphins. It's got the card base and some extra decorative panels. It includes, I'll show you here on the website, everything that you get. Switch over to there. Whoops, there it is. You get, that's the Surprise Wiper there with some extra fun ideas. I don't even have all these ideas. I don't know what happened to them. I only have 2 with me, but there are some really nice ideas there. that little balloon will actually pop up out of your card. That little guy will pop up out of your card. And I'll show you at least how to put it together, and then I have a couple samples here where the little things will pop up out of it. So it's called Surprise Wiper. You just, how do you say, you kind of pull the card a little bit and the little insert will pop up. Really cool. Happy birthday. Lots of different ways you can use this. Okay, lots. It includes 17 dies. 17 dies. But this, again, this is one of those ones where just a few of the dies, these outside larger ones, are going to do most of the work. It has a lot of dies to be used, but most of them are just for decorating. So just so you know, most of the work is going to be done by these big dies on the outside. This one's little rectangle type here in the middle, that's the one that will actually do the pop-up part. Then you can add the dolphins that it comes with, or like again, we saw a rainbow there, clouds, hot air balloon, lots of different things you can use with it. And there are some other nice die sets on the same page there. But I want to share this one with you. Let me show you. I do have a couple samples with me. And let's see how we are doing here in the chat. I have a holiday from our home to yours. So let's see if this will show up nice enough here. Good, there it is. So here's our card. And we should put it on top of that. Awesome. Scoot it back a little. There we go. So you got the card there, but then when you just pull that a little bit, woo, look at that. So whatever little inserts you add into that, that will pop out when your card is pulled. So it says from our home to yours, holiday wishes. So that is funny little surprise right there. I've got one more, though we're past Halloween. This is the one other sample I have. It says Happy Halloween. Whoops. There's our card. And then, oops, that's a little, there we go, that way. And then let's see who's in there. Wow. Ooh, spooky little ghost hiding down there. Our little ghost, get back in there, little ghost. Oh, his hand's peeking out. You just pull that way. Boom, out he pops. So there are a couple of card samples for you, but there are a lot better ones on the website. What happened to my samples that should be here with me today? I don't know. They should have been all kept together. But actually, these two I don't even see here on the website. So perhaps, because I see it says this was originally added on HSN, could be that the card samples that are on the website are the HSN ones. And then when we added it to the Stamps of Life, we might have got a few extra new card samples. That's my guess. Okay, that is my guess. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to make the full card, but at least how to get this going. And again, we're going to break out these dies. I'm going to get the large one out first, because this large one is actually the one that does most of the work. Okay, most of the work is done with this large base. And you have to use it, the same die cut, you're going to run it through twice. That's right, twice. Okay, twice. So we're going to take, well, I have some oddball colors here, but let's see if these match. We better have the same color cardstock. Yes, we've got these two match. We're going to go ahead and take these two and we're going to run them through 2 different times. The same die. Okay, the same die makes up, but you got to run it through twice in order to make this work. In order to make this work, you got to run it through twice. That doesn't mean the same, what would I say? The same, you're going to use this die and make 2 cutouts. What am I trying to say? I'm just not quite getting the words out. This die is going to be used twice to make the base of your card. Does that make sense? I think it does. All right, here we go. Let's start this off. We're going to run through here. So these 2 cutouts that we make for the base are going to be put together to create the full base of the card. The full base of the card. Okay, there's our first one. And I'm actually going to leave it like this for now, because we're going to decorate a little bit of this. Let me double check to see how I did this. I have my tests. So I made one yesterday and I have my pop-up in there. And I just want to make sure that I put this together right. It did take me a little bit of time to figure out how everything worked, but I was working on it yesterday and I got that pop-up working. Okay, I see that. Okay, that matches up. Good. We're good. That's one. We got to do the same thing again. The same thing again. So 2 times we put this together. And then I will have to check on, again, how they get connected. I think on Stephanie's video on the website, she shows you how to fully do this. I'm a bit of an amateur compared to Stephanie, so it takes me a little bit of time to figure out ones like this. But I looked at the card samples that I have, and I could kind of figure it out that way. So here we go. And I believe they go this way. Let's check that. Yeah. Yes. Okay. I think something like that. So this one will go this way. Let's see that. Make sure that's right. Yeah, that would go that way. No, I did do it wrong already. See, I did it wrong. And this one goes that way. There we go. So that would be the back. And then this would be the front. But we're going to decorate this before we put it together. So I'm going to set those off to the side. We're going to come back to this. And we need a couple panels. Again, this is the type of die set where we have these nice panels. And we have a lot of... pattern paper around here. So when you have pattern paper, why not use it? Let's use this. We're going to make some kind of white on the inside. And what else can we do? Maybe we can layer something there. And we can layer some stuff here too. So let's use all of those and see what we get. What will work good? So a nice solid background. Well, that's Christmas and this is spring. So we're going to have to pick which direction we want to go here because we can't mix all of this. Now I've got a light green. Let's make this a kind of a springy, flowery card. Let's stick with that. Now this has a lot of large images on it. So we're going to have to pick out a couple of patterns that will work for us. Let's try this one. And what else can we do? I'm going to layer something in behind that. And let's decorate our side pattern. We'll take one of these and that will get us going. And then we're probably going to need some white too. All right, here we go. Let's give it a try. So we're going to do this larger pattern here with this die set. And we'll run that through the machine. And then let's find some white cardstock. Maybe we can do a couple of these at the same time. Let's try to do that. Again, I'm just trying to layer the card here at the beginning, show you how all this works. So it really is quite simple when you have these nice panels to do all the work for you. There's really no measuring or crazy cutting or anything like that. The machine will do all the die cutting, the scoring, all that kind of stuff for you. Okay, I think we're on our platform really well there. And then let's scoot that down just a little. We might get a bit of a speed bump, but it won't be the end of the world. Let's try that. There we go. And I do have a question to ask you guys here. What was my question? Since we have the dolphins on here, remember we have dolphin dives on here, and we're going to talk about fun facts for dolphins. What is your favorite ocean animal? Tell me in the chat. What is your favorite ocean animal? I do like dolphins. I do like dolphins. Are they my favorite? They might be, but tell me, what is your favorite ocean animal? Maybe there's some kind of fish or some certain whale, or it could be like a starfish or a lobster or whatever it is. Tell me in the chat. What is your favorite ocean animal? Let me know in the chat, just for fun. Just for fun. Now I'm going to layer these two. I think these will work on top of each other. Yeah, that looks good. So here we have the front of our card. Make sure I've got that still going right. Yes, and that should fit right on there. Perfect. So let's go ahead and add that to the front. Now, sadly, I had all these nice images on the back of my pattern paper, and they're not going to get used. But I just wanted the patterns today. We're not going to get to use these images. So let's go ahead and add that to the front. Right there. And so this is a bit flowery, springy looking, but hey, if you wanted it to be winter, you could definitely make this winter with that, right? You could add, oh, maybe we'll add a little snowman or something. I have some snowmen here. Let's see. Oops, that's adhesive is getting a little aggressive there. Perfect. Let's add that on there. We're just kind of layering some things. Let me see. I saw some snowmen around here earlier. Let's see if we can add these snowmen to our card. Yeah, let's fix that. It's a little bit off. Hold it a little bit off. Let these lines to kind of line up. There we go. You get the idea. You can make it just as perfect as you want. I did have these couple little snowmen guys here from earlier. And let's see, we can add them to the front of our card. Yeah, why not? And I think they already have adhesive on there. Now, I didn't finish coloring that guy. This one I did. We're just going to put one on there. We don't want the guy who's not colored. Add him there. Got that. And then we're going to fill in that panel right there. Let me see, make sure I have this right. And that gun is going to fold down and in. But it looks like we changed our theme a bit from spring to winter. So with that being said, I better not use flowers, right? That doesn't make sense. I could, would that work over there? If I would have done it right, I think I could have made this work, but now I don't have enough cardstock here. What a bummer. It might work there. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. See if this will work or not. That way I could save that sheet if I can make this work. Let's give it a try. We're going to run that through there. Just have to make sure that it does not move. This is one chance, and if we don't get it, we're out of luck. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of washi tape on here, hopefully to help keep this die in place. Just enough for just this one specific spot. All right, that's looking good. Let's do that. And we are going to run that through. Here we go. Again, if you guys are just jumping in, we are making a surprise wiper card. Really fun set. And it has that little movement in it. And I'll show you that again once we finish up the card that I'm making here. That looks like it just did work. And we're just going to add it right there. It's going to fit in right there. That looks good. A little adhesive on here. That's going to layer on there. Now the insert, where it pops up, it did take me a little bit of time to do it yesterday. So I'm not going to try to fumble along and do that with you live here. But I did show you on my card sample, and I'll show you the samples again, how that works. The insert would just go right in there. When you move your card, it will pop out. Let's go ahead and put some adhesive on here. And I think we need some right over there. Good. And then we're just going to add this here. And right there. There we go. There is our card, our wintry card. You could add some snowballs, some snowflakes, whatever you want to add on there. What is our light is a little bit off. Let's turn that up. Get a little more light. Is it looking so dark? It should be nice and bright. There we go. So that is our snowman card on the front of the wiper. Again, you can have a little, if you wanted to say, have a little saying pop out of there, you would add it right in there. When you move your card, it will open up. And let me show you again the sample that I made yesterday so you can see how that works. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. So this was the one I was working on yesterday. Same card. Go that way. Scoot. Opens up. Pops out just like that. Okay. So if you had a little snowman on there, you wanted to add him in that. Let's see if this guy will pop out. Boop. Just like that. All you have to do is add that insert in here, which is one of the dies. Which is the insert? It's this one right here. This die will do that. You fold the corner. I'm sure Stephanie explains it real well on her video. I would have a hard time explaining it, but I was able to figure out how to make that work. Okay, that's the die that will do that. This is my little snowman popping up here, and all the dies to make this base right here are set in this die set. Boom, boom, boom. And then let me show you again those card samples that I had here. Where did they go? Are really nice ones. Oh, here they are. So if you want to see it all decorated out, boom, there's our little ghost. Why is he staying up there? Now he fell off. Doggone it. What happened, little ghost? Let's see if we can get him back in there. Boom. There he is. Ooh, he's peeking. He's not going. I don't have it quite lined up, so he's not going down as far as he should. But there you get the idea. And he's just stuck to the inside of that die set right in there in that cutout that we created. And this one's still in the correct working operation. Boom. From our home to yours. Holiday wishes. So that's the surprise wiper on the Samson Life website from January of 2022. And what it does is this is one of those ones that you can use any time of the year. So you saw I just kind of did winter theme, but we have Christmas and we had Halloween. You can make it birthday. You can make it spring, something you can use throughout the year. It's an A2 size card, if you're wondering. It's an A2 size card. All right, our fun facts for dolphins. Let's get on to that. Our dolphin fun facts. Let's check it out. So if you ever want to know, everything about dolphins, you came to the right place. If you just came to make cards and craft, then you can check out for a couple minutes. But it's kind of fun to learn some things. So that's what we try to do. Let's see. I'm going to find my dolphin fun facts. Fun facts about dolphins that will amaze your kids. So I guess we all have to pretend we're kids today. I didn't realize that it said will amaze your kids, but it should amaze us too. So let's check this out. And I'll let you see what I'm seeing over here on the screen. And we'll go through some of these together. Did that switch over? Let's check and see. Yeah, there we are. So I don't know what this website is. Learning Center, fun facts about dolphins. So dolphin species are, well, first they're mammals, right? They live in the water, but mammals usually don't live in the water, in the ocean. But here we have some mammals. It says the exact number of dolphin species is not constant, but there are roughly, how can there be different numbers of species that change? But there are roughly 40 different types of dolphins, with the common bottlenose dolphin being the most well-known. I guess that's like the flipper one or something like that. Each species has distinct characteristics and habitats ranging from oceans to freshwater rivers. How about that? There are some dolphins that can live in fresh water. Says communication skills. Talking underwater, dolphins communicate using a variety of sounds, including clicks, whistles, and body movements. Each dolphin has a unique whistle, Excuse me. It has a unique whistle that acts like a name, allowing them to call out to each other. Dolphins are considered, this is brain power and beneath the waves, are considered one of the smartest animals on the planet. They can solve complex problems, use tools, and have been observed teaching skills to their young. How about that? The playful nature. Dolphins just want to have fun. Dolphins love to play with each other and with objects they find in the water. They are often seen riding waves and playing games. Echolocation, seeing with sound. Dolphins use echolocation to navigate and hunt in their underwater environment. They emit sounds that bounce off objects, helping them to see their surroundings. Deep divers. Most dolphins swim in depths of 10 to 150 feet. However, some dolphins can dive much deeper in search of food. Some can go up to 990 feet below the surface. That's 300 meters. Wow. Some dolphins have adapted to swim great distance. Some dolphins swim hundreds of miles to find food and migrate. Their diet, number 7, a diet of fish and squid. Yum. Primarily, they eat fish and squid, which they hunt in coordinated groups with their echolocation skills. The long lifespan, decades in the deep, it says. Depending on the species, dolphins can live for several decades. The bottlenose dolphin, for example, can live for more than 40 years. 40 years, wow. But the average lifespan is about 25. The importance of the pod. So they're social creatures. It says they live together. Dolphins live in social groups called, does anybody know? Pods. Pods. These pods help protect members from predators and assist in hunting. Most dolphins' pods range from 2 to 30 members. Number 10, mothers. Dolphin mothers are incredibly nurturing, often staying with their calves for several years, teaching them essential survival skills. How about that? Protecting these marine animals. Many dolphin species are threatened by habitat loss, pollution, and fishing. That's a bummer. So they're trying to protect them. Dolphins in mythology and culture. Throughout history, dolphins have been celebrated in mythology and art, symbolizing kindness, intelligence, and friendship. Dolphins have 2 stomachs. How about that? I think we just have one, right? But dolphins get 2. One is used for the storage of food, and other is for digestion. How about that? So like you could keep your lunch in one, like you could eat your lunch and like keep it in one stomach, and then when you want to really have it satisfy you, like, I don't know, do you toss it from the one stomach to the other? How about if we could do that? Wow. Dolphins, this one's cool. Dolphins sleep with one eye open and half their brain awake. To continue breathing and staying alert to potential predators, dolphins let half of their brain sleep while the other half remains awake. Wow. I wonder if we can do that. I've never heard that we can do that. Our brain just totally goes down, right? But we still have dreams, so I guess our brain's kind of thinking, but not like this. This unique behavior is known as unihemispheric sleep. And yes, it causes the dolphin to sleep with one eye open as well. Oh, that is weird. Here's a funny one. Killer whales. Orcas, the big black and white ones, they are actually a type of dolphin. I did not know that. Why don't they call them killer dolphins? I guess it wouldn't really sound as amazing. Killer whales are actually a type of dolphin. Despite its name and reputation as a fearsome predator, the orca is the largest member of the dolphin family. So there's some surprises. If you're a dolphin, you have 2 stomachs. You sleep with one eye open. I don't think I would like that. You can toss your lunch from one stomach to the other. And then you get to live with your mom for a long time, and you get to eat squid and fish. So if you like any of those things, those are our dolphin fun facts. All right, dolphin fun facts. Maybe there was something you learned about dolphins there that you didn't know before today. What does that exactly have to do with crafting? I don't know, but sometimes I like to learn some of these different things because I didn't know any of that stuff before I read that today. I didn't know that orcas were actually dolphins. I didn't know that dolphins had 2 stomachs. I didn't know that dolphins sleep with one eye open. I didn't know all this stuff. So look at what I learned today. Amazing. Now the trick will be is, can I retain any of this knowledge? That will be the hard part, retaining the knowledge for sure, right? Retaining the knowledge will definitely be the challenging part. Let's see. We're moving on to our next item. Next item. Oh, Don says kangaroos have 2 stomachs too. Wow. See, maybe we're the only animals that God or beings that God has created that only has 1 stomach. I don't know. I'm happy with 1 stomach, but it'd be interesting to have more than 1. I don't know exactly what you can do with it, but well, the dolphins says they stored their food. Let's see. Okay, our next item is our happy anniversary. This is a cool one. Ooh, happy anniversary. Oh, I got 2 of them. Which one are we doing? Oh, this is one, the Funky Bold happy anniversary word dies. This is from May of 2021. So we're going to take a look at this, cut out a couple samples, and then we are going to do our Thanksgiving quiz. So stay tuned for that. That one we all chip in and work together. So I'm looking forward to your help. Now I wanted to mention on a couple, I think there are a couple of these samples, happy anniversary. We also have, I'm not going to demo it or anything, but since it's on a couple of samples and I had one here, I wanted to mention this die set is called the Wedding Ring Slimline Panel. So if you're wondering, this works great for wedding cards or also anniversary. Maybe I can show you a little bit better over here. Let me try. So whoops, too close. So that's the Slimline panel. You can go either direction. It's really nice though. And I'll show you the card samples here. I have the card samples coming up next. And this is the happy anniversary dies. Doesn't look like much there, but it's going to create the words happy anniversary. It's kind of backwards. You get the shadow and the letters, the words there, happy and anniversary. And it's Funky Bold. We have different versions of happy anniversary on our website, but this one is called Funky Bold. Here's our samples. Happy anniversary. It's so nice. Really love the colors and the background on this one. I think this has a layer in here called perhaps this swirl slimline panel. Maybe you can see that. Happy anniversary. Doesn't that look nice? There's one for us. And then here is it. Got a lot of slim lines in this version. There's that happy anniversary with that wedding ring background that I was telling you about that I just showed you. Pretty colors. I think it's nice to either have like a lighter color as the background with dark letters, or like this example, a dark background with lighter colors really makes it show. And here's a version here with our little penguins. Happy anniversary, it says. Our little guys on there with the wedding ring slimline panel. And I think there's one more. Maybe these came out at the same time. Maybe that's why there are so many samples with the wedding ring. And again, a slimline with the wedding ring. And then I have one more. Now this one is a standard size A2 card there. Let me scoot that back a little bit. Happy anniversary, it says. And then that one opens up A2. I love you. I have so much love for you. So those are our card samples. And let's go ahead and check it out on the website here. Let's move over there. Oh, that was our fun facts. And then let's go, where are we? Funky Bold, happy anniversary. There we are. So on our website, you get to see the anniversary die there. Let's see if there's any different card samples. It might be all the ones we've seen already, but let's scroll through these. There's the dies you get. Happy anniversary. And yeah, we saw that one and that one. Yeah, I think we've seen all these. So 2 dies. We'll see, we'll scroll down below here. Oh, there's something different with our little toucan on there. And if you scroll down, these adhesive sheets are recommended. I don't even have any adhesive sheets to use today. This is a nice one. Anniversary to celebrate. I'm going to write down that one because I didn't know that it was out of stock. So give me 1 second here. I better write that down. Anniversary to celebrate. That's always been a popular stamp set. So whenever you see one like this and it says more on the way, that little button right there, notify me. If you're signed into your account, you just want to click that, and I'm going to try it. Notify me, and then I'm going to sign in, and it's going to send me, whoops. So I clicked on that, and it says alert subscription has been saved. So that means, since I clicked this notify me button, when this comes back in stock, the Stamps of Life will send you an email saying, hey, anniversary to celebrate, the stamp set is back in stock. So I'll get a notification. Good. And then here are some of our other samples of Funky Bold. There's Happy Birthday, Happy Retirement, and Happy New Year. And then just for fun, if you were to type in, if you're trying to make an anniversary card, just type in anniversary up in that box up there and a little search. Let's see what comes up. So yeah, there you go. All these different anniversary options that you have are listed right here all together, which is nice. You can see maybe there's one that works just right for you. Some of them will be words on the stamp sets. All kinds of options for anniversary celebrations, for card making. Oh, there's another one that's out of stock. Ooh, I'm going to add that one too to my notification. That one I think I've ordered, so it should be coming, but I better write that one down too. Some of the time you just sneak around on the website and you find some things that you didn't know were out of stock. So I'm going to note that. I am going to note that. Okay, so we looked at our samples. We're going to go ahead and do a little die cutting with this. Happy anniversary. Then next we'll do our next up we'll do, whoops, that didn't work. We'll do our Thanksgiving. I think it's, I know we have a quiz to do today. I think it's Thanksgiving. Okay, I think it's Thanksgiving. 2 dies. I'm going to go ahead and peel those off. And I did grab a bunch of different colors, hopefully, to work with. So let's see what we can do here over on our workstation. Let's switch over to that again. Here we go. Okay, so back to our die cutting machine. I better clean this up and put these all together so I don't lose them. I'm going to move that off to the side. Clean up house a little bit here. We don't need that. This one is a goner, so we'll throw that away. And let's scoot our machine back a little bit. And I did drop a die, so there's that and the background behind it. Oh, what a mess I've made over here today. All right, here we go. Let's see. I kind of like to do some sparkly things, make some things show up a little bit. So let's see. We're going to try one of the words on that. Maybe we can use this for a background. And then let's try some things with some patterns. So we're going to run this through a few different times and see what we come up with. That might be a nice one. And that's some stripes or some yellow. Let's try that too. All right, let's go for it. Let's just do some die cutting here. I did cut one out earlier. I lost the background to that, but I had cut this out earlier. So I have that one. And it was a darker background, but again, I think that part has disappeared. Wait. Is that it? No, that's not it. That's not it. Let's just make some new ones. Here we go. We're going to do try a background on that one. And again, we're just going to do some mixes and matches here to see what we come up with and see if any of these really look good to us. I was kind of talking about the combinations of going light or dark. Let's see what we can do with what we have here. So here's a pattern paper, and we're going to go ahead and use that there. We're going to run those both through at the same time. We'll come back and use these other ones here in just a minute. And I need my other pattern there. Make sure I'm on schedule here. Boop, boop, boop. Did I miss anything? Yep, that's looking good. So I hope everybody's doing well, getting excited for the upcoming holidays. Won't be long until Thanksgiving is here. So that should be a fun time. Hopefully you have friends or family to get together with and celebrate. Hopefully you have lots to be thankful for. I know we talk about that occasionally, that, hey, that's something we really want to pay attention to, is being thankful. I think we all feel pretty blessed. You know how life is. Sometimes things come up and maybe something happens that's not so great, and it kind of causes us to forget about all the good things that are going on. I know that happens to me. It's kind of frustrating. Like, I have a lot of good things going on in my life, but I'll let one little bad thing bother me. But let's remember, with Thanksgiving coming up, that this is a time to be thankful. And again, which is like all the time, we should be thankful. We have a lot to be grateful for, a lot to be grateful for. But we'll be celebrating Thanksgiving soon, and then we will, shortly after that, we'll probably, a lot of us will be doing crazy Christmas shopping, and so kind of poking out some of the chats there. And then we'll be off to Christmas. Wow. Followed by New Year's. Woo-hoo. So here's one example. We've got our pattern paper background, and we did a solid there on the front. Nice. Now, the reason we recommend the adhesive sheets is because if you're using a rolling adhesive and you're trying to get it on these letters, that's kind of hard to do. That is kind of hard to do. So the adhesive sheets really work nice. They basically, those sheets will make this into like a sticker. So the sheet would be on here. You just peel it off and boom, it's ready to go. So there's sample one. Let's see, let's run these through again. And what else can we do? This time, let's switch it around. Well, let's switch it around a little bit. And we're going to do a different background. Let's go with this dark background here. And then we're going to do the letters with this yellow that we just had run, this kind of like checkerboard type pattern here. We'll run that through and see how it comes out. I'm not sure how it will look, but we're going to find out. We are going to find out. Now, I heard if you are planning on traveling around Thanksgiving, you better be careful. I heard that the airport stuff is starting to get a little bit crazy, right? Because of the government shutdown. So I heard the delays are starting to get a little bit worse. So if you are thinking about air travel around Thanksgiving, you better give yourself a lot of extra time or be prepared for possible delays. Hopefully, when you say hopefully, things will be up and running. Maybe they'll get this figured out. They'll find some way to come to a compromise before then. Otherwise, if you are traveling for Thanksgiving, does anybody see my pokey tool? Oh, there it is. No, that's a pin. Does anybody see my pokey tool here on my desk? I need help. I should have put it in my tray over here, but no. Oh, no, not that one. Does anybody see a pokey tool here on Ken's desk? I don't see it. I could not have lost it. There's just no way. I'm looking in the chat. Does anybody see my pokey tool over here? Does anybody see my pokey tool? So anyhow, back to travel. Oh, there it is. Be prepared. Hopefully this, again, the shutdown stuff will get fixed. But just, I've heard that they're starting to get delays. And you know, Thanksgiving weekend is like the biggest travel time of the whole year. So you want to get stuck in an airport or something like that. Whoops, let me hit stop on my backup alarm going there. And stay tuned. We got our fun stuff, our quiz to do together. And then after that, we'll do our good news segment as well. So we have some fun stuff. So again, we're looking at, if I can get this, I don't know why it's sticking so much this time. This is our happy anniversary, our funky bold happy anniversary. Now the first one popped out really easy, so I don't know what's happening here. There we go. Maybe. I got all the chads out. This side actually looks pretty, so Probably should have used this side when I die cut. We've got, you'd use this side, but it would be backwards. Wow, that is really in there. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay, so there's our letters. And again, you can see how the lines are a little bit thin on this one. So that is why, again, we recommend the adhesive sheet. So there's that sample. That looks nice. We got 2 of them there. Let's do one more. Let's do something sparkly this time. So there's our 2 creations so far. See how much different they are? It's the same die, but you can make them just look so much different. That's what's fun when you have the shadow and you have the letters. You can really mix and match and do some different things with it. So we use that. Let's get this out of the way. And let's find something sparkly. I think I have glitter paper here. And what could we put behind that? Let's go. Ooh, we'll be like double. Will that work fit on there? Maybe. No, that's a goner. That one's no good. What else can we do? No, that won't look good. We got lots of sparkles there. Oh, let's try this. We'll use this for our shadow. And this time we'll do the words with the glitter paper here. Let's go ahead. This has a little bit of sheen to it. It's called our pearl paper. So it will look a little bit different than our normal cardstock. Here we go. Let's run this through. This will be our last sample. But different ways, different looks you could get with these. So just use your imagination, any color combination you want. Give it a try and see how it comes out. You might end up liking just the background or the actual letters, but you don't know until you try. You don't know until you try. So it's just one of those like try it, test it. There's not going to be any right or wrong. Ooh, let's see. Now that one. Oh, it is coming out. I thought maybe this one was going to be stuck in there. I think I should have ran it through twice, but it's working. There we go. This will be our sparkling happy anniversary, which is nice. Kind of celebrate anniversary. We'll make it look a little bit fancier. All right, that peeled out of there good. But we've got these chads in here, so we're going to try to pop those out of there real quick. I don't know if this is really called a pokey tool, but I think that's what we call it around here. I must have learned that from Stephanie, huh? So don't forget this Thursday on Crafting Corner, we have a live release. I told you about that earlier. We have so there will be some fun brand new items that Stephanie will likely demo and for sure show you some card samples that are going to be on flash sale. Now, if you're a club member, you get the flash sale price plus you get your club discount. So the prices are really good when you get that flash sale and club price. If you're not a club member, you can always shop with us. You'll still get the flash sale price. You just won't get that extra discount, the extra club discount. But we would love to have you come watch Stephanie's Crafting Corner this week and see what is new. Sorry, this one's taking a little bit longer to, excuse me. This will help me see a little bit better. I got to hit my cough button here. 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to get a little drink of water there. Almost got it. It's hard to see the lines from that side, so let's try to go this direction. Oh, there we go. I don't always have patience for these kind of things, but I guess this is a good way to get my patience tested without it being a big ordeal, huh? You can do it. Just take your time. It'll be worth it. That's what you got to say to yourself, right? Take your time. It'll be worth it. All right, we got all those. I think I just have this one big section right here in the middle that has not come out yet. There we go. Got it. And then you just take that. Nice and sparkly, pretty color combination, huh? Again, we did this one, and let's see what happens. We can switch these around. That's not too bad. And if you wanted to move that onto there, you can do that. So you see you have lots of different options. Lots of different options when you have the shadow and you have the words right there. So there we go. Happy anniversary. That is the funky bold font from the Stamps of Life here. Sorry, I keep ducking out of the camera view. I don't, excuse me, I don't think I normally do that. For some reason, I'm trying to keep things by my feet clean today. I don't know why, but I apologize. Again, that die set is from May of 2021. Now we have lots of different word dies on our website, of course, like happy birthday or get well or thinking of you, all these different kinds of dies, word dies that are on our website, and they all work just like that one. They come in different fonts. They come some with backgrounds, some without. So you can check it out, but the words are always nice and easy way to add something kind of big that really stands out to the front of your card or the inside. And I showed you how you can just layer them and really make something special on your cards. Okay. All right, let's head on to let's check it out. Let's do our Thanksgiving quiz. I'm going to find that here. Let me get rid of that. Again, if you're just jumping in, my name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life. This is Take Two Tuesday. We kind of have been crafting and doing some die cutting. I've shown you card samples. We've been on our website, but now we're just having some fun. So sometimes we do a quiz or a game. We did fun facts earlier. Right now we are going to do a quiz that should be Thanksgiving related. So let's try to find that. Should be around here. And then if you have a Bible, get that ready. We'll do our good news devotional just right after this. So let's get rid of that. And then I'm going to find the page here that has our game on it. Yeah, it says 40 Thanksgiving trivia questions to see if you deserve turkey. 40. I don't know if we're going to be able to do 40. I don't know. That's a lot. But let's see how many we can do. And I'm going to try to keep track at least of how many we get wrong. Hopefully we get them all right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and share that. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see what I have, what I'm looking at. That should be that. And there we go. Share screen. Boop, 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 boop. Nope. Here we go. Share. We don't want that. There we go. Oh, look at that. Looking good. Turkey dinner is almost here. Let's find our questions. Here we go. Which berry is traditionally, you answer, help me in the chat, okay? Help me in the chat. I'll be looking for your comments. Which berry, whoops, sorry. I lost my quiz. Which berry is traditionally eaten at Thanksgiving and Christmas in the U.S.? Is it strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, or cranberry? I know that one, so I'm going to answer that one, cranberry. During Thanksgiving, many people have one of what on their table? Do they have a basket of plenty, good and plenty, cornucopia, or horn of triumph? I think I know this one. Does anybody else know? I guess that wrong. I hit the button on accident. It was cornucopia, but I didn't mean to connect that. So that is my fault, guys. We don't really get that one wrong. Number 2. So I'm going to write we got one wrong, but I'm going to put a question mark because I just hit it by accident. What is the Monday shopping day after Thanksgiving called? The Monday shopping day after Thanksgiving. What is it called? Blue Monday, Cyber Monday, Monday Returns, Monday Money Day. Cyber, yeah, cyber. Maybe this one's too easy. What role does Wednesday play in the camps? Now we're getting tricky. What role does Wednesday play in the camp's Thanksgiving play in the Addams Family Values? Has anybody watched the movie Addams Family Values? Is it Amelia? Is Wednesday playing Amelia Earhart, Eleanor Roosevelt, Pocahontas, or Cleopatra? I have never seen the Addams Family Values. Does anybody know this show? Addams Family Values. I'm going to guess it's Pocahontas, just because that's a little bit Thanksgiving related. Sylvie says Pocahontas. Paula says, I'm going to guess that one too. Let's try. Yeah. Good. What is the loose skin? Uh-oh. No. Back to number. What is the loose skin under a male turkey's neck called? Is it the snood, the soup, the sloopy, or the snork? The loose skin, that wiggly, is it the red part under a male turkey's neck called? The snood, the soup, the sloopy, the snork. Snood? Diane says snood. You guys know your turkeys. I love who says snood. Yes. Number 6. Who was the leader of the Wampanoag when the Pilgrims arrived at Plymouth in 1620? Who was the leader of the Wampanoag I guess that's Indians, when the Pilgrims arrived at Plymouth in 1620? Is it Sequoia, I think, Pocahontas, Geronimo, or Massasoit? I don't know some of these. These names are hard to say. I could say 2 of them. Gloria says no idea. Who was the leader of the Wampanoag? No idea. When the Pilgrims arrived. So the Pilgrims arrived at Plymouth. That's Massachusetts, right? Sylvie's guessing. Everybody's guessing. Well, we might get one wrong. Do we have any other guesses? Nobody's guessing Pocahontas, right? We already answered Pocahontas. Barbara says it's A. Okay, let's try. Nope. It was Massasoit. So we did get one wrong for sure. I'm going to put one wrong. Can't get them all. What? Ooh, number 7. We should be on number 7. Where is it? What percentage of Americans eat turkey for Thanksgiving? What percentage of Americans eat turkey for Thanksgiving? Estimated 95, estimated 66, estimated 46, estimated 7. 7. Can't be that low. It's got to be either 95 or 66. What do you guys guess? 95 or 66? I'm guessing 95, but it could be 66. Diane says 66. Sylvie says 95, but the question, Gloria said 95. I love the hula says 66. You know what? I think this is a trick question, so I'm going to go with 66 also. Nope. If you said 95, you were right. Oh, I should have said 95. I just didn't think it could be that high. According to USDA, the best way to ensure Thanksgiving stuffing is safe to eat is to cook it how? On top of the turkey, separate from the turkey, in turkey's gravy, inside the turkey. The safest way to cook the stuffing. I'm going to go separate. Yeah, separate. On what day in November did President Franklin Roosevelt set Thanksgiving in 1939? Is it the third Thursday, third Friday, second Sunday, or fourth Thursday? Gloria, wrong. Eleanor, wrong. Wait, B. If you said, I'm sorry, Eleanor, you're right. Eleanor, you're right. Separate. Gloria was wrong. She said inside. Is it the third Thursday, third Friday, second Sunday? It's got to be fourth Thursday, right? Fourth? Am I not? Yes, it's got to be fourth. Yeah. Okay. Number 10. How long did the Pilgrims' first feast last? Was it for 1 day, 3 days, a week, or they're still partying. So it's probably not the last one. How long was the first feast, the first celebration there with the pilgrims? Was it a day, 3 days, or a week? Does anybody know? Because I don't know. I just know it's not the one that says they're still partying. What do you think? What do you think? Answer in the chat. 3 days, says Diane. Gloria says a 1. Sylvie says a week. Wow, we're getting all kinds of guesses. Teresa says 3. So we've got a couple guesses for 3. We're going to go with 3, though we could be wrong. Sylvie says a week. 3 days it was. So if you said 3 days, congratulations. You got that one. You got that one. You got that one. Which president started the trend of giving turkeys a free pass? What do they call it? Like amnesty or something? Was it Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, George H.W. Bush, or Theodore Roosevelt? Who pardoned the turkeys first? Who first did that? I am guessing Kennedy, but what do you guys guess? So Diane's already saying, nope, Roosevelt. Anybody else? I know it's not Lincoln. I know it's not Bush. Roosevelt or Kennedy? Roosevelt. You guys are out. I'm going to go Roosevelt because you guys are overruling me. I was right. That one I got right. Darn. So that's 2 wrong. 3 wrong for sure. Wow. Number 12. We're going to go to 20. When did runners first gobble their way through the inaugural, that's a hard word for me to say, inaugural turkey trot? When was the first turkey trot? 1896, 1908, 1920, 1952. When was the first one? First turkey trot. That's like a turkey race. 1896, 1908, 1920, 1952. I'm guessing 52, but I don't know. Any guesses out there? No, it's all quiet. Please help me. Or we're going to get this one wrong. Okay, I'm going to go 52. I'm all on my own. Nope. 1896. I would have never thought it was that. What kind of pie is traditionally made for Thanksgiving? Is it chocolate pie, lemon pie, key lime pie, or pumpkin pie? I'll pick that one, pumpkin. How long is the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade route? Here's a good one. Is it 12 miles, 3/4 mile, 6 miles, or 2.5 miles? How long is the Thanksgiving Day Parade route? I'm guessing 2.5 also, like Barbara. Any other guesses for the Thanksgiving Day? Teresa says 2.5. Let's go 2.5. Yes. A couple more. According to Roto-Rooter, the day after Thanksgiving is the year's busiest day for teachers, doctors, electricians, or plumbers. Well, if it's Roto-Rooter, it's got to be plumbers, right? Plumbers. I guess all that stuff we run down the garbage disposal probably clogs things up. How many degrees Fahrenheit must the innermost part of the thigh of a turkey reach to be done cooking? Oh my goodness. The thigh, the temperature, is it 265, 125, 165, or 225? I don't know. This is a weird one. How hot does the turkey have to get before we know it's done? Diane says 165. Sylvie says 265. Eleanor says 165. All right, let's try 165. I see a couple of those. Yes, you guys are right. Number 17. I think we got like 4 more questions. If we can get back to it. Where is it? Where'd it go? I lost our question. Sorry, hang on. I started scrolling like crazy, and now our questions are gone. Whoa. You went way down. What happened to 17? Number 17. Where are you, 17? What happened at a previous Thanksgiving holiday with his parents that made it the worst holiday for Chandler on Friends? Does anybody watch Friends? So what happened on Thanksgiving that made him made it the worst holiday for Chandler? His parents forgot the holiday. Family left him home alone. Caught him with dirty magazines. Parents announced divorce. Does anybody remember? Does anybody watch Friends? Why does Chandler not like Thanksgiving? Diane's got divorce and a question mark. Teresa says divorce. Okay, we got 2 votes for that. I have no idea. Yes. How long should a cooked turkey rest after you have removed it from the oven? At least half an hour. Overnight. 10 minutes. No need to rest. I am guessing a half hour. How long does your turkey need? You cooked your poor little turkey. He's done. He's never going to wake up, but he still needs to rest. How long should you let your cooked turkey rest? How long to let your cooked turkey rest? I'm saying a half an hour. Yeah. 2 more. How does the USDA recommend thawing your frozen turkey? In the sun, in the refrigerator, cook it frozen, or leave it out overnight? How should you thaw your frozen turkey? How should you thaw your frozen turkey? This is testing us all as turkey. I'm getting the letters messed. Turkey cookers. I say it's in the refrigerator. In the fridge, yeah. I say it's fridge. Yeah. Last one. What classic rocker released the song Thanksgiving Day in 2005? Has anybody heard of this song, Thanksgiving Day? And it's from 2005. Was it James Taylor, Ozzy Osbourne, Joe Cocker, or Ray Davies? Has anybody heard of this Thanksgiving song from 2005? I have not. Who put out a song called Thanksgiving Day in 2005? Let me know. I need help. It's okay. We've missed 3 out of 20 so far, if we don't count the one that I clicked the wrong answer. Nobody knows. Never heard of it, said Eleanor. That's me, Eleanor. I'm with you. Never heard of Diane says Ozzy. Wow. I was going to rule Ozzy out. Teresa says James. Well, somebody's got to break the tie. Ozzy or James? All right. I'm going to guess. Never heard of it. No idea. Yeah, right. I'm going to say it's not these 2. I don't know Ray Davies. Let's try James Taylor. It was Ray Davies. So I kept a list here. 4 out of 20 wrong, which is what is that? If you get 4 out of 20 wrong, it's still a B, but B minus. So Thanksgiving, oh well, we tried. Thanksgiving. 4 out of 20 we got wrong. What can you do? There are a couple of trick questions there. All right, we're moving on. Let's get our Bibles out. We are in Philippians chapter 4, towards the end of the Bible. If you want to read along with us, Philippians chapter 4. Quick, this will wrap up our Take Two Tuesday today, number 94. And again, we're trying to get to at least 100, which might happen before Christmas, right? That's the way we're aiming if everything works out on schedule. My question for you is, what do you spend your time thinking about? What do you spend your time thinking about? Now, before you just say it, you don't even answer in the chat, but you can ask yourself. Give it some thought. And be honest. What do you spend your time thinking about? What is on your mind? What do you spend your time thinking about? When I think about what I think about, my mind can get scattered all the time. If I don't stay focused on something, I can get kind of distracted. I can think about sports, or I can think about a Bible verse like we have now, or I can think about something I want to buy on Amazon. So my mind could get focused on some important things, maybe family or somebody I care about. But then my mind could get caught up on things that are just lame. Like if you start scrolling or watching things, that's not good, right? So the verse we're talking about in Philippians chapter 4 kind of connects with the verse before it. So our verse that we're looking at today is Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. And here's what the verse says. Here's what the verse says. Let me find that for us. Philippians chapter 4. I am using a regular Bible today, but you can use your phone, your computer, whatever you have. So this is what the verse says. So we're talking about the things that we think about. Now, remember, Paul is writing this letter. This is in the New Testament after Jesus had already had his ministry. He had died on the cross, and then he's resurrected. He's gone on to heaven. Now, Paul is one of his apostles. I'm not sure the exact time period, but this could be 10, 30 years later. But Paul is in jail. He's in prison. Let me switch back to me real quick. Paul is in prison, and you could say, like, being in prison would not be the best, funnest, nicest place to be. When you say it's difficult times when you're in prison, well, Paul found himself in that position. He's in prison, but he's quite a strong-willed type guy. He doesn't let him get him down. And so he's writing this, and just prior to the verse we're looking at, which let's read our verse. He says, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. So Paul is really saying, as we walk with God, that it is really, really important, the things that we allow into our minds. And it's really kind of connected to the verse, I would say, right before that, which is Philippians 4, verse 7. You might know this one. Well, verse 6 and 7. First it says, don't be anxious about anything in verse 6. And it says we're to pray and to give thanks. But then in verse 7, it says, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. So Paul wants us to experience this peace that we can have through God. And it says, don't be anxious in that verse. I think we talked about this verse before, and thanksgiving. But the focus is on, well, we want to experience this peace that we can have with God. Well, what do? We got to fill our minds with these kind of things. Things that are noble, things that are right, things that are pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable. So one of the best ways that we can do things that we can do, like we want to keep the bad things out of our minds, right? Think about anxious, being worried, being upset, or angry about things. We want to keep all those kind of things out of our lives. And, our first thought is, well, I'm just not going to worry about that problem, or I'm not going to think about it. But you never notice that when you try not to think about things, that can be the thing that is always on your mind. You can't get it off your mind. So we want to just let those things go, the anxieties, the troubles, the worries. Now, we have to still, somewhat be realistic. Like if we just try to ignore all our problems, it doesn't mean they all go away, but we don't want to dwell on them, right? We don't want to let them define us or rule over us. And so Paul says, what you need to do is think about some other things. So to replace the things that are not so good, we want to get our thoughts on the things that we're talking about here in the scripture. So what kind of things to us are lovely and are pure and are good, excellent, things that build us up, whatever those things might be for you. Now, my first thought is, of course, is like Bible verses where we get encouragement from God, but it could be relationship things, thoughts of positive thoughts, relationships, good relationships we've had with people, experiences we've had, thoughts we have for the future of doing good, or plans we want to make, ways that we could serve God, that we could use our life for good things. These are the things we want to replace, we want to get focused on. There's something good about doing that. And Paul is encouraging us, again, even though he's in prison and he's going through these really difficult times, he's saying, hey, you guys, you got to get your minds on these good things. And so we want to try to do that. So let's examine our own thoughts. And again, what do we spend our time thinking about? Are we Are we thinking about maybe hurts from the past? Or are we thinking about needs, things that, are on our wish list, or maybe we really do need, like causes us like we worry about? Maybe there's anger from the past or some argument we were in recently. And you know how we have that hot point where there's like confrontation and it really gets on our mind. Oh, I should have said this, or are those kind of things on our minds? Maybe we're gossiping or talking about other people. These are not good things. Now, they're going to come up in our mind and our thoughts, but let's replace those things. Let's replace those things again with good things. So then I also have to examine what kind of things. We spend a lot of time on our phones or our computers or on our TVs. So what kind of things are we allowing into our minds that when we're scrolling, when we're flipping channels, what kind of things are we allowing into our minds? Are we putting good things, positive things? So we have to be careful of the things that we look at, the things we watch, the things, again, that we think about, and maybe the things we read, the things that are good, the things that are not so good. Which are we devoting our time to? Now, if you remember, I didn't write this verse down, but a while back we looked at Romans chapter 12. I think it's verse 2. And it says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Remember, we talked about that, and we are asking God to renew our mind. So this is what God is doing, because we don't want to be like the world. We want to be set apart for God. So we're allowing him to renew our minds. But you know what? There's a time where we're asking God to work in our minds, to renew our minds, to cleanse out things. But we also have to, I really think it's important, we have to actively participate in this as well. So there's times where we have to take action. All right. We have to take some action. So it comes down to spending some time. What did it say here in our verse? It says, the things that we're thinking about, the things that are lovely, admirable, true, noble, right. Are we meditating on these kind of things? Are we really spending our time on these positive things, these good thoughts? We're not just positive thinkers. I mean, again, like when I think on God's word and he makes promises, I know I can hold those as true for me. And so I'm going to think about those kind of things. I'm going to think about those good experiences. And while I'm doing that, I'm letting the other things just kind of go away. And as we meditate, and meditate really kind of means giving some extra thought to it. It's not just a thought and then we kind of let it go, but really spending time, using our brains and not just being like kind of scattered and all over the place. I know I'm guilty of this. I can be kind of scattery and all over the place, but really thinking about things that are important, things that are valuable, meaningful to us. Let's fill our minds with those kind of things. Now, when we do that, of course, we're pushing out all the yucky, bad, not so great things, which is a good thing for us. I think for our mental health, and probably affects our body and our attitude. But then I think about, so it's not only good for us, but I think when we fill ourselves with good, positive things like being thankful, being joyful, being content, happy, learning to be at peace, not worried or afraid. When we have all these things in our lives, our outlook can really impact some people who are around us. So I think that is one of the real key things. Not only is it good for us, but when our mindset is on these things that are noble, good, right, these things that affect us in a positive way, then we can go out and we can impact some people around us. And don't you think the world we live in kind of needs some of that today? Some people who are happy or joyful or content, to share that with people maybe who are not. Now, maybe we're one of those people who sometimes we're the angry people or upset, or we've let some of these things that are not so great kind of control our minds. We can change. We can change. God is willing to work with us. If we kind of have that mindset that I'm always down or upset or thinking about negative things, we can ask God to renew our mind, like we talked about in the verse from Romans 12, to help us not to be like the world. But we can also take that active part of ourselves. What am I going to allow my mind to think about? What am I going to spend time meditating on. What am I going to be looking at? It's up to you and it's up to me. We have the choice and the power to do these things. It's kind of fun serving God. With God, he controls everything and he's on the throne and he's got a plan. He's going to work out everything. But you know what? For you and for me, God gives us the freedom to make lots of choices on our own. And we get to make choices that will affect us in a good way or a not so good way. But it's up to us. And God gives us the freedom to do those things. Now, if we want to make the best choices and choose the right options and think about these things like Paul was telling us we should do, we have the opportunity to do that, but maybe it's not natural for us. Maybe we need some help from God. You can talk to the Lord and just ask him for help. He will help you with whatever area it is. And maybe you would just say, God, show me what I could do so I could change some of these habits, so I could break out of this cycle that I'm in. And he'll show you those things. And then go ahead and try to do it. Try to make that change that you think that God wants you to do. And if you're struggling with making that change in the way you think, then ask him for help. But don't ever give up or don't quit. You have the power and ability to do it if you're trusting in Jesus. He's going to give you the strength to do the things that he's asking you to do. So give that some thought, since we're kind of talking about that. Give it some thought today about what you can do to fill your mind with good things and then just kind of let some of the not so good things. I think it'll be awesome for you and for me if we do that. And then it'll also give us the opportunity to minister to others and to maybe share some of those good things that have come into our lives with other people who need some of that encouragement, or to just have a good word, or need somebody to be kind to them or loving towards them. We can be those kind of people. So let's do that. Let's do that. Put it into practice ourselves. Get the good stuff in there, get the bad stuff out, and then go out and share the good that God has done in our lives with the people around us. I think that would be great. All right. Don't forget, this Thursday is Stephanie's Crafting Corner with a live release. I hope that the Lord blesses each of you with an awesome day. We're having fun out here in Southern California. Great time of the year. Whatever you're up to, just enjoy your day. And I want to thank you again for joining me. We'll be coming back next Tuesday for episode 95. Hope you can join me then. Until then, I will see you on Thursday night for Stephanie's Crafting Corner. I'll kind of be on the sidelines there, but I'll be there. And we'll look forward to hanging out with you again. Thanks again for joining me. Thanks for the help on the quiz. And I hope you had a fun time today. Bye from Take Two Tuesday and Ken here at the Stamps Life. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.